Hi, it's Steph, and today I'm at my friend Maureen's house, and she is Parsons Peonies on Instagram.
Hi, everybody.
So Maureen and I live about what?
20 minutes.
About 20 minutes apart. And while I was here, I twisted her arm into sharing her garden with us. So
She put me on the spot.
I put you on the spot, and she couldn't say no. So Maureen, tell us a little bit about your garden. Like, how big is your lot? Like, what is your favorite part of the garden? And then we'll go ahead and do a walkthrough.
So the lot itself is about an acre, similar to Steph's in that like really heavily wooded in the back. So we do have the deer pressure, bunnies, like Mother Nature. The actual gardening space that I've landscaped is about probably like a half an acre, just little sections here and there. Some of them are easier to maintain than others. This one right by my garage is my favorite. It's the Arbor walkway, and it's smaller, so it's much easier to maintain. And I would like to try to make it look nice because it's just like the entranceway to the backyard. So
it looks awesome. As soon as you pull into Maureen's driveway, you see this arbor garden, and it's stunning. So we're going to go ahead and take a walk through with Maureen. She's going to share her garden with us, her container arrangements, which are gorgeous. And yeah, so let's go ahead and walk through. Maureen, you started a lot of things from seed this year.
Yeah.
Planted here in this walkway.
I think I probably, like most of us, I overdid the seed starting. But one thing I am so happy about is these petunias. They're called Suburbissima. I don't remember exactly where I got them, but they're online, and the foliage itself is stunning, nice and thick and healthy, and the blooms are just stunning. They're just so
fluffy and large.
Fluffy, big, ruffly. We all love ruffles. Yes. So I'm really happy with some of, obviously you can see some of them they're budded up, but they haven't bloomed yet. But
these leaves are awesome.
Yeah,
and they seem a lot more sturdy too, right?
They really do. This is my first year growing them, so I didn't know what to expect, but I'm really, really, really impressed with them.
They look gorgeous. You have a canna there in a pot.
Yep, I usually do the canna. I did the alyssum. I do that from seed. That's kind of still working its way, filling in. Last year was my first time using alyssum, and again, another powerhouse annual. Like, it just got so full.
What is this seedling you have on the floor here? Something else?
Oh, that's actually, no, that's Brunnera.
Oh, nice.
It actually died back a little bit, and then it's coming back, yeah.
Your daisies look so good right now.
Yeah. Yep, those are from my mom's garden, and just as many of you might know, just one little patch just explodes.
Yeah, they spread so well.
These have been here for quite a while, but another great perennial.
I love how you repeated your hosta down the walkway here.
Yes, that's always something that I do love them. Sometimes if we've had really hot summers, they will scorch a little bit. So I do have drip amongst them, so it's important. I try to keep them, hydrated and irrigated.
And this is some of your geraniums that you started from seed. You actually shared some with me.
Yes, yep. I'll tell you, anybody that likes to start seeds, geranium is amazing. Like, I couldn't believe how fast they germinated. I probably did about 3 dozen different varieties. These ones are the Maverick Star, I believe. I usually try to put a different annual in between the hostas each year, and I decided to try this one this year. So
Maverick Rose?
I think it's Maverick Star. I do have Maverick Rose, but I think these ones are the Maverick Star.
And your containers that you have flanking your walkway look so pretty.
Yes, these boxwoods are getting bigger and bigger, so there's less room to put, but I do love to encircle the bottom with annuals. And the Mizzou I have used in these 2 spots past couple of years, and I really do love it. I know you have some that you like too.
This is the Mizzou right here.
Yep, the trailing Mizzou.
And I'm growing this for the first time this year as well, and so far I really like it. This one actually has a bloom on it.
Yes, yes. And it's funny because I'm not a huge red person, and in the picture of the tag it looks red, but it's actually like a pink, which I love. So
very pretty. And Maureen, what do you have planted on either side of your arbor here that you had me smell, and it is awesome?
Yeah, this is the bronze fennel. I think it's so... I saw this with Steph and I and a few of the other garden friends went down to Longwood in Pennsylvania last year, and I think it was, Chanticleer maybe had it.
I think it was Chanticleer. They had it planted with some foxtail lilies.
Yes, and first of all, the smell is amazing. It's a pollinator attractor. I like it here in the arborway. Like when I walk through, it just kind of brushes against my arms. And I just love it. I just love the texture, and I love anything with like a darker foliage.
You want to show us how you do that, Maureen?
Yes.
It brushes across your arms. It's so funny. It smells really good.
Yeah, it's so nice.
And it looks really pretty. And this basket here looks so
Yes.
great hanging on your arbor.
A lot of times I'll make my own baskets, but the local nursery that you know too, Rougeau's, had them buy one, get one free a couple weeks ago. So I said, you know what? It's a really good deal. So I ended up just purchasing one.
And look at the steps that Maureen has coming off of her arbor garden with, is this the chocolate chip ajuga?
I believe it is, yeah. Yep, I have a few different ajugas in my garden. I believe this is chocolate chip. It was stunning when, late spring, when all the blooms, it was beautiful.
So pretty. And Maureen has this really gorgeous yellow flower that caught my eye here in this bed. Look at this. What is this called, Maureen?
This is the Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, which I know is a popular one. It's actually on like on the cusp of our zone as far as hardiness, yeah. But I have had this come back a couple of years, and I think so. We're 6B. I don't know if it's 7A, but our zones have definitely changed. So it's a great one, especially again in I love to make arrangements, and it's a really good one in arrangements.
So pretty, and I love how you have your pots flanking your bed here. So Maureen uses a lot of containers in her garden, which add a lot of height and is another visual interest in the planting bed. You can see she has, what kind of grass is this, Maureen?
This is the Vertigo pennisetum, which is by far one of my favorites. It does get huge, so usually by the end of the season, sometimes I will have to take out the annuals that are in the front, but I'll just repurpose them and put them somewhere. I love the pot is like the cobalt blue, so when the Vertigo pennisetum, later on in the summer will be that dark burgundy, and it's just a nice contrast, especially with the yellow prairie sun in the background.
And you have the creeping Jenny and some kind of supertunia.
Yep, that's
Mini Vista?
That's actually the Midnight, the Proven Winners Midnight. I love it. It was new last year, I think, and I purchased them. I've used them in the ground and in pots, and I think it's a powerhouse. The other one,
your blue spruce. Oh, and this one's gorgeous.
I was like, yeah, that's a Calibracoa. I don't know exactly what type that, like what name that is, but
it looks like something punch, but I could be wrong.
Maybe, yeah.
It's so pretty. And then you have one of those osmanthus here too that I also have in my garden. And this is the false holly, right?
Yeah, this is only a couple of years old. I'm just working on different colors and evergreen, like
evergreen interest.
Exactly.
And texture.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yep.
That is so good, especially for us here in the Northeast. You definitely need wintergreen interest.
Right. Yep.
And then we'll go around the edge of the bed here, and you also have some ladies' mantle,
Yes.
which I love this year. I'm so in love with the ladies' mantle. What is it called? Alchemilla mollis.
Yeah, I'm very bad at like the technical names. I'm trying to get better at it, but yes, ladies' mantle. I have the dark side of the moon.
Astilbe.
Astilbe in the back. I've been trying to, again, work on, the colors and the textures. Again, like you said in your video with the mulch, it's sometimes hard, but I figure with the bright yellow of the
It looks so good.
of the ladies' mantle, it's kind of a
nice contrast.
Nice contrast, especially, companion plant.
This is a really pretty vibrant phlox too. This is the
that's the ultraviolet, Proven Winners.
It's very ultraviolet.
It really is. I love
The color
it.
is gorgeous.
As you can see, I love pinks and purples.
Yeah. Deep
So,
pinks, deep purples.
Yep.
Banana tree?
Yep, that's a banana plant. I don't have the space to winter these over. For the past few years, I've been buying one each year. I know that you can, but I just, in the house, I don't have the space and time even to do it in the yard.
So you just get a new one every year?
I get a new one every year. Yeah, it's in the budget.
Why not? It's like you treat it like an annual.
Sometimes you just have to do what's easiest,
Your ivory halo dogwood looks so good. Yeah. Mine gets a bunch of black spots on it every year, but yours is so nice and
so
healthy.
far so good. Sometimes it'll happen, but right now we've had a lot of rain. I don't know, sometimes the rain helps, sometimes it doesn't help, but so far it's looking good.
And such a beautiful little touch with your bird bath here.
Yes.
And let's talk about this red bud, Maureen. What happened to this red bud?
So,
it's looking gorgeous.
I bought the red bud at one of the box stores maybe 3 years ago. And the first year it did great, and then the spring rolled around, and I was so excited to see the flowers, and I realized, wait a second, not all of it's, blooming. So I realized that some of it had died, so I literally cut it, and then tried to which it worked, obviously. I had to so I'm in the process of restaking it and kind of building it back again. But
We'll have George come over and help you with the
exactly,
braces. Yeah,
yes.
he loves to stake trees.
George is very good at bracing trees.
trees,
So
yeah.
yeah,
It
but
looks so
even
good.
the foliage, especially like with the yellow and green grass, like even if I were to lose the whole top of it, I just even love the creeping of the bottom.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I just love it.
It adds a lot of visual interest. Like it
Yeah.
definitely catches your eye when you come off of that ivory halo dogwood and you come right to this really large red foliage that is heart shaped.
Yes.
Which is a really pretty feature
It's
of the
just
leaves.
it's just stunning. It's just so beautiful.
It really is.
Yeah.
Very pretty, Maureen. And Maureen's added some evergreens in the back. Those are the
Those are
North Pole
actually
arborvitaes?
those ones are North Pole. Yes, I also have the green emerald green, but these are North Poles. We didn't want it too crazy
Tall.
big, but
Yeah. It really softens the backdrop of the
Yes.
fence and provides a
Yeah.
nice green backdrop for your plants.
yes, I love especially in the winter. I usually do burlap them just because of the deer and just to protect them a little bit, but some of them are not covered in the winter, so it's nice to look at.
Another beautiful arrangement by Maureen. What is this in the back? The teacups or
This-
the coffee cups?
This is not. I'm trying to remember which one is this one is.
Oh, you keep your tags too.
Oh, this is the Royal Hawaiian. Royal Hawaiian. I know it's hard to say, but
Oh, yeah.
I always do an alocasia. No, I always do a colocasia in here.
Yeah.
Um,
With this coleus. George calls these gremlin skin. Did you hear him?
No, but
This is a pretty one.
That's one of my favorites. So the colocasia, the coleus, and the salvia always do well, and they always like compete, but they still
Shine.
they don't
individually.
overtake each
Yeah.
other, and they work. So I repeat that. Sometimes the petunias will kind of get smothered out a little bit.
This is a really pretty petunia.
That's one of my favorites. It's called Crazy Tunia.
You have some of these on your front porch too.
Yes.
So, and this is another aqua pot.
Yep. So I love these.
You don't have to water them that often, huh?
No.
Pretty one.
There's a little thing in the back that you can just
a reservoir.
fill in. Yeah, the reservoir, and they really do. They are very much worth the money, I would say.
This might be the tough stuff aha maybe?
Yes,
Which is a little
yes,
bit bigger than
yes.
the tiny.
Yes.
And then this banana cream. Oh, what's this? Is this the same plant I have?
That's is it Eupatorium?
Eupatorium, yeah, and it's white, the blooms.
Yes, the blooms are white. I'm not a huge fan of the blooms actually. I just have it for the foliage, and it's just
The
stunning.
foliage is gorgeous. And
I
look
have
how
it-
nice it pops against this yellow.
Yeah, I have it in full sun. I have it in like part shade, and it just really works well.
This is the
That's the banana cream Shasta Daisy, I believe.
Very pretty.
The phlox, I don't remember the name of.
That's okay.
It's one of the, I think it is one of the Proven Winners ones. It's beautiful.
Pinka dot maybe? It looks really nice.
Is it
with-
opening act?
Oh, opening act. Yeah, I don't know what the
I
rest of
forget,
it is.
but
it looks really nice with the banana cream, with the dark foliage of that Eupatorium,
Yes.
and even the speedwell here.
Yep.
So pretty. Maureen's going to show us her beautiful window box.
This
What
is,
your combination in here?
So this is the Midnight, Proven Winners Midnight again. Again, I just loved it. I thought it was such a hardy plant. The green, the lime, lemon cypress. I usually buy actually every summer. This lemon cypress is a small one that I buy at Christmas time that I have in the house, and then I always transplant it out into my window boxes. So it's kind of a nice size by the time it comes outside. These are the red Reuben basil, the purple foliage.
Oh, very nice.
I do those from seed, and I absolutely love those in my containers. And then the purple flowers will come at the end, which sometimes I'll pinch off, but sometimes they just mesh nicely anyway. This is a new to me verbena. I don't remember the exact name, but it is, I love it. It's stunning. It does really well with the purple. It looks just like the hydrangeas.
Oh, the
limelight
limelights.
hydrangeas. Like, I love that green chartreuse
Yes.
color, and this resembles it, and I'm obsessed with it. And then this was like a new little mini, I don't know,
Vista?
mini Vista. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's very
It's really
bright.
cute, and it is bright, yeah. And then the blue, the purple blue petunias. And then this is the first year in a while that my hydrangeas are
This
kind
is
of
a
coming
banner year
along.
for hydrangeas for
It
us here in
is.
the Northeast. And
Yep.
it was, we've had so much rain and,
we
a
didn't
very
get
mild winter.
Right, I was like, we didn't get that frost, and
Right.
I think a lot of people are saying the same thing about how much how well theirs are doing.
Yeah,
so.
beautiful. I love how you added a little bit. This might be a good tip for someone who has an area that might be narrow or difficult to mow.
Oh yes.
What is this, Maureen?
Yeah,
AstroTurf?
this is like an artificial turf. I think we got it. I don't even know if I got it. I think I got it on Amazon. And originally we were going to put a fence up, so we weren't going to be able to get in this little spot. So it really, I mean, except in the wintertime when everything's gray, in the summer it really blends in and you really can't even tell.
And here is Maureen's fenced-in garden. Because we deal with a lot of deer and bunnies, this is necessary. This is right off of that border we just looked at, and it is so beautiful.
And we, as you can see here by the little waste baskets, we have to do this. I don't know if you do it too, Steph.
I do. The Dollar Tree waste baskets make really good cloches.
Exactly, and they really help, like with new seedlings, or like in this case it's the dahlias. And actually in this case I just did it just to remind myself where the dahlia was, because it hasn't sprouted yet.
Oh, good. And your coreopsis looks so good.
Yes, the moonbeam coreopsis.
This is a real pretty one.
Yeah,
I really like this one.
I love how it kind of like dances in the wind, you know, when it's windy out.
The breeze.
Yeah.
And this rose, I have this one, right?
Yes.
Carding Mill?
Carding Mill, yeah.
It's a pretty one.
Yeah.
This is Maureen's holdover border, right?
Yeah.
Is this the stuff that you don't know what to do with?
Yeah, I call this my my holding garden. So if people give me plants and you know, or just I try to do well with textures and colors. So if I want to take my time and think about things, I'll just plop things in here. But it's actually worked really well. I'll put my winter sowing in here until I decide what I want to do with it.
Here is the bee balm that Maureen is going to share with me. This really pretty, tall, like hot pink magenta. The bees are all over it, Maureen.
Yeah, I love this even, to try to find a good one, even before it blooms. It's like a nice burgundy. I think on the other side there's a
right
pretty
here you
one.
can kind of tell a little bit.
Yeah, it's just this itself is beautiful to me. I love it, but yeah, the bees obviously love it, and it looks so nice with the purple. This is just starting to come in, the purple Orangium. I did this.
Gosh, look how much you have. It's so beautiful.
I know. I just tied it up. I need to spread it out, but I actually did that from winter sowing.
No way.
Believe
from
it or
seed?
not, yeah.
I've grown them from bare root, and they do really well from bare root, but I had never tried them from seed.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
I did. And they've been here for a few years, and they just come back. Again, I need to kind of space it out a little bit, but
they look great. You did a good job staking them before they flopped over.
Yeah.
And look at your St. John's wort. I planted one of these last year, and mine looks so sad this year. The middle is empty. It kind of died back. But look at those beautiful berries.
Yeah. This is a couple years old. I actually loved this. The way I found out about this was, years ago. It was in an arrangement. Like I went to the grocery store or the local florist, and they had these available as fillers for arrangements. So I was like, I gotta find out what that is. And I mean, this was years ago, and I found out. I'm like, I need one of every color. Which right now I only have one. I need to get more, but I love it, especially for arrangements in this stage.
Really pretty. Maureen also planted some bronze fennel here.
Yeah. I just love it. And the thing I love about it, which I was telling Steph, is like my salvias were getting a little bit crowded out. I literally just break off or cut off. It just grows right back. So if it starts to crowd out, you don't have to dig the whole plant out and move it. You can just kind of break pieces off. And this overwintered. I don't know exactly what zone it is, but I was very surprised that it did come back. So
because we didn't know that bronze fennel was hardy for us here in 6B, 7A.
No, in my garden, I do a lot of things just for the aesthetic, like not necessarily, like I'll do a lot of vegetables in my containers, things like that. So when I saw this, and I mean, it serves multiple purposes, but I love the texture of it. And again, in the wind, it's just...
And it smells nice.
It really does.
So pretty. You have another rose here.
That's, again, the Carding Mill. Yep.
Yeah, looks good.
Your
garden is looking so pretty. We'll have to come back in a couple of months when this is all filled with dahlias.
The inside is kind of a disaster right now, but I guess that's real life, right?
It is real life.
Yes, a lot of times I'll do vegetables inside. I do have some eggplant and lettuce in there, and onions, and tomatoes actually, but I'm going to use the majority of the space on the inside for seeds. I haven't gotten around to planting them yet, but I'll do zinnias and Dara and Amy and straw flowers, everything. Yeah,
for your cut flower arrangements.
Lots of stuff.
Maureen also does really beautiful cut flower arrangements.
It's one of the things I like to do. Yeah, and then These are from you, Steph. These are the feverfew.
Oh, the feverfew.
Yeah,
they're looking good.
They look really pretty.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're growing well. And then your hardy hibiscus.
Yes.
And Maureen even has her sunflowers already starting.
I did just a couple. I like to flank the walkway, the entranceway, with something tall. On the inside, I usually do the amaranth, and on the outside, I usually do the sunflowers. I haven't planted all my seeds yet, so this was actually just a start that I bought at a plant sale earlier in the season, but I will put some more sunflowers there.
So a couple of really cute things in this area. Your spring containers are still looking awesome. What is that, lavender in the middle?
Yeah, that's the Spanish lavender, which I've never grown. I'm obsessed with it. I have cut back some of the spent blooms, and they just seem to keep blooming. And again, this is just cabbage, but I just love the color of it. And earlier in this, closer to spring, this was a lot more neat. Now they're ready to be pulled out, but. And then the heuchera, I do love, like a lot of people, to put perennials or things that will get multi-uses out of in my containers, and then just plant them in the ground after.
And look at this cute basket that Maureen hung on her garden gate. She has one on her front door as well that looks so pretty.
I usually try to, whatever the containers are, I try to buy the dried or the cut flowers, the silk flowers, to match, to have like a cohesive theme when you walk in the garden.
I love it. You have a beautiful fern planter as your centerpiece to your garden.
Yes.
Look at that. So lovely. You have some lemon coral sedum in there and some verbena.
Yep, the plum wine verbena from Proven Winners is definitely one of my favorites. I love that color.
Let's go take a closer look.
Okay. The petunias are new to me this year. These are kind of beat up. We had some heavy rain last night. Maybe on the other side you might be able to see them a little better.
Yes, this light yellow, so pretty.
Again, it's kind of like that yellowy chartreuse, but the ruffles are just so stunning. And again, that midnight, as you can tell, I'm a real fan of that midnight Proven Winners.
Mini Vista.
I think I don't even know if it's a Supertunia.
It's really pretty. And this verbena is so nice with these colors.
I love it. I'm really happy. Every year I always change out the recipe for this. And honestly, whenever I just kind of like see what grabs my attention. If it's one thing, like say, I think it was this petunia, and then I work around it. I'm like, all right, this is definitely going in. And then I just try to find things that, work. And then again, you can never beat the lemon coral sedum. It's just such a great plant.
Really good. This is beautiful, Maureen.
Thanks.
Here we have a woodland bed
Yep.
in the back of Maureen's garden.
Yep, this is my shade garden, which has been a big work in progress. Over the years, I'm really trying to focus more on, as I've seen more and more gardens that I love, it's just so important to have the colors and the year-long interest. So those are things I'm really trying to work hard on in my own garden, rather than just see something, pretty and fancy at the store and buying it. I'm trying to really think long-term.
Planning ahead.
Yeah.
Your Astilbe's looking really good.
Yes. I love Astilbe. I need to add a lot more.
Oh yeah.
They're just such a great plant.
So pretty. That's a beautiful pink. And this petunia too. Maureen has the most unique petunias in her garden.
Yeah.
These.
I don't remember the name of this one, but I love how it's like at different stages it looks different.
Yeah, it's like tie-dye.
Yeah, I wish I remembered the name. Do I have the tag in there? I don't have it, but I thought it looked pretty with the Rex begonia.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Another really unique combination. It looks so pretty together. Rex begonia, some coleus, and some petunia.
Yeah.
So pretty. And I have some of that there, the Huthakoi.
Yes.
That is the rainbow. I bought one last year.
Yeah.
It was struggling a little over winter where I had it, so I moved it this spring, and it's much happier.
Yeah, there's one here too, and that one's rebounded a lot better. This is only my second year with them, so I'm not super familiar with how well they will do, but this one definitely did rebound. So
this one looks really good.
Yeah.
What is her name, Maureen?
Oh, her name. Her name is Antoinette. My mom bought me that at a garden center one day.
She's so cute.
And yeah, it took some time to figure out, but my father's middle name was Anthony, so we kind of made a little twist on that.
I love that.
These they're not in bloom yet, but these are the double ruffled, like orange sherbet They're so
Daylily?
beautiful. Yeah.
Daylily.
Yep. Yep.
I
They
should
don't
buy
sell
my
them
daylilies.
anymore actually. So
Oh.
I always like make sure I fertilize, like I baby them because I'm like I need
wanna
to
keep 'em
yeah,
going.
Yeah, and I'm actually even afraid to split them. I probably could, but I want to let them get a little bit bigger and then I'll do it. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of my favorites, especially in front of the statue.
It does look really pretty. And you always have something blooming. So right now is the astilbe, and then it'll be the daylily.
Yep, yep.
And then I can't believe that the deer
Yeah.
chomped down on your chalone or your turtle head.
Yeah.
They don't usually touch it. Well, this is only the second season I've had it in my garden. And it's funny because Maureen and I were talking about how some things in my garden the deer touch and some things they don't touch. So it's so different from garden to garden. It depends on
Right.
your population of deer.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, luckily there's new growth, which is good because they weren't ready to bloom yet anyway. But, you know, it's still same thing with this hosta. We have one really pretty one and then they eat the other one.
They ate the hosta.
Yeah.
I always say that hosta's like deer salad.
I know, and I have so many out back thinking like, oh, they'll just eat those, but they still want
What they want.
what they want. Yeah.
Look at this shade plant here that we talked about how beautiful it is.
This is the Sun King Aurelia. And then right in front of it is the, I think it's the all gold Hakonakloa.
I love Hakonakloas.
I do too. And obviously, like, I've said to Steph, like, the two colors together, we don't need both together, but they're just doing so well.
But they're different textures.
I don't want to move them yet.
And look at the different foliage. So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they totally work. So you have the Hakonakloa, which is a grassy texture, and then
Yep.
you have this with the broad leaves of the
Right.
Sun King Aurelia. So I definitely think they work.
And I love it too, the Hakonakloa with the penstemon, like the
Yes.
burgundy. Oh,
Very
it's like
pretty.
that's probably definitely my favorite combination in the garden, those two colors.
And this is the back side of Maureen's garden along her house. So this is probably the spots we all tend to landscape first. The ones around the front beds and then the back beds,
Yeah.
like against the foundations,
Right.
The foundation plantings.
Yes.
And this bed is looking so pretty as
Yeah.
well.
This bed has significantly, like the whole backyard has significantly dropped, settled kind of, so that's a much more of a slope right now. So these stones we just threw there just temporarily because I had them handy, just to kind of contain
Use what you
everything.
have.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you get the garden
The
graded.
lamb, yes, the lamb's ear does a really nice job of helping the erosion too.
I love lamb's ear.
I love it. The Helen von Stein is
Yes.
absolutely my favorite.
Because it's less aggressive in terms of spreading because it doesn't really seed. I've had one bloom stalk come up in mine the whole time I've had it and it never amounted to much,
Yeah.
which means it's not going to spread seed and get invasive, right?
Right.
But this one's a good ground cover.
And you know what? Even if they do, because this one's kind of really taken over, but it's so easy just to stick your hand and rip it out,
Oh,
or your
yeah.
shovel. It's so simple, and
So easy.
the foliage is just so soft. So
Yeah. And the
you
deer
know.
and the rabbits stay away.
Yes.
And you have some balloon flowers here.
Yep.
And you tucked in some petunia in the middle here.
Yeah, that one, as you can see, needs a little TLC, but I usually do a couple annuals in here. I try to make it really full with perennials, but I always like to save spaces in my beds for some annuals.
But just look at the texture and color you have going on here. You have that carex, right, in that variegated light color with the fuzzy blue-gray leaves of the lamb's ear. Then you have your iris foliage, and then you have this eupatorium in the
Yep.
dark color.
Yeah.
So you really have a great combination of both texture
Yep.
and color going on in this bed.
And then these dahlias, shockingly,
coming back for
have
you.
come back the last few years. So honestly, we've had about, I would say probably 6 to 9 dahlias come back. That's because I pulled the rest of them. I actually might save some of my non-favorites in the ground this year and just see if they come back,
Yeah, as a
and
test.
not do the work of pulling them.
Right, and
'Cause-
these are in a microclimate because they're against your foundation.
Right,
so-
exactly. But I have had some in among the landscape come back this year, and actually and last year. So I'm gonna try it. I mean, I'm not gonna. My favorites I'll pull out and save, but some of the ones that I'm on
Good
the
to experiment.
yeah.
And here's the other side of Maureen's house, coming up the left side of the backyard.
Yep, this is the north side. I'm lucky enough to get just enough sun in the very early morning and in the late afternoon to have a few, like some phlox and some of the grass that will bloom. The hydrangeas again, like this is the first year.
So beautiful.
Well, they have bloomed before, but like not in a couple of years. But either way, like I still love the foliage of the hydrangea, so I'm fine with even if they don't bloom, to be honest with you.
Look at this awesome texture combination you have going on here.
Yes.
The hosta, this miscanthus,
Yep.
which is an ornamental grass. The heuchera,
Yes.
peeking right over the edge of this little retaining wall. Here you have this raised bed. This is kind of like a raised bed, right?
Yeah, yep, yep.
And then this hydrangea underplanted with some more hosta, like such beautiful combinations.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this is coming. I've really spent a lot of time, even this heuchera and then the ligularia. I just love the colors and textures. And so far, the ligularia has not been eaten too bad, which sometimes it will.
It's got really pretty leaves.
Yes, I'm not a fan of the flower, that goldenrod yellow bloom, like later on, but I just cut it, just like I do with the hosta.
Yeah.
The hosta blooms.
Oh,
I don't like
true.
those
Yeah,
either.
You don't like it? You just
No,
cut it.
I just cut it.
These a stilby.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yep, those are the visions in red. I saw those a few years back on, I don't even know if it was on Pinterest or whatever, and I'm not a fan of red, so when I saw red, I was like, oh no, but they are just the most gorgeous, like, I don't even know, what would you say, like raspberry,
They
magenta?
look like a fuchsia magenta. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Like the magenta crayon.
Yep, they are just stunning.
And so I love these fuzzy blooms.
Yeah, and they got really big, so you could probably split it.
I'm going to be looking for this kind, Maureen. I have like light pinks, but I really love this deep magenta color.
And again, the eupatorium and even the ligularia and the yellow
dark
and green.
foliage.
It just, they complement each other well.
Very nicely. Maureen is investigating her ligularia. Did I say that right?
Ligularia.
Okay, and she saw some squiggly patterns on her leaves, so she says that something has been hanging out.
Yeah, you guys can let us know. I know it's something bad, right?
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But maybe someone in the comment section can let us know what they think that might be. But this area is also looking really pretty. What is that in the back, Maureen? Is that Rogersia?
Yes, it is. Actually, Yulia gave that to me from
Y Garden.
Yeah, Y Garden. She visited one day on the way home from a summer vacation she does in Massachusetts, and she gifted that to me. So
Lovely.
yeah, it looks really. It's getting bigger every year. It's really pretty.
I love that. And you planted this arborvitae here?
Yes, this area. We all have them. It's
We
like
all
the
do. The utilitarian parts of the house where we have our things we want to hide.
Yes,
So that's what Maureen's working on here.
Yep. So I actually threw that in again, especially behind the chimney. It doesn't get a ton of sun, mostly in the late evening.
But it's doing okay.
But yeah, so far it looks good. So I have my fingers crossed that it will keep doing well.
And you have this really pretty hydrangea here. This is the Invincible.
Yes.
The pink blush. Maybe?
Yes, it is one of the. And then I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's the thing. I forget.
It's okay. We have so many plants. It's hard to remember.
When
but
you're
it looks pretty backed by that Japanese maple.
Yes. Yep. I actually did that on purpose. And I bought another one. This is a lot. It's newer, so this one hasn't gotten as big, but it's a stunning variety of hydrangea.
Maureen has these really great borders in the front of her garden, and this one is looking really nice. Look at this little dianthus you have here.
Yes, my mother actually just gave me a small piece of that. I don't know the name of it or anything, but it's really just performed so well, and I've split it so many times. It's really beautiful.
It really is.
It's like Steph and I nicknamed it
it looks like
blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin, yes. It does look like something blueberry to me. And you have some nepeta here and another. Maureen has a ton of beautiful grasses. Look at this.
Yes. They are a little bit of maintenance, but what I like to do is plant them like beside a big rock or something that will contain their growth a little bit.
Yep.
And then we just usually get the saw and not even the shovel because that's too much work, or it's too laborious, but just a little saw into the ground and just carve a little bit out.
You know what I really liked before when we walked through is this evergreen here. This is a yew.
It's a yew.
It's an upright yew, and it has a really soft texture, and it's just a really pretty evergreen. Now, some varieties of yews, the deer touch, but they don't touch this one.
No, they have not touched it. And then in this, all winter, everything. And I do spray some Bobex or Repelzol on the like the granules, but not like they have not touched this where they will, like, you can't be up on it all the time. But no, this is
they don't touch
it.
That particular yew.
Luckily,
really
right?
Some more daisies, banana cream.
Yeah, these are the banana cream, which I love. These are tricky because you have to stay on top of them because sometimes the bugs will get them and make them look, you know, less than ideal, but they really are beautiful.
You have another container.
Yes, this container, this is, I think it's called the Illustrious, which is a little bit burnt now, but Colocasia, this is a stunning one right now.
I'm growing that one this year. I picked it up because you told me it was nice.
I know. Steph and I were together at a local nursery earlier in the season, and I said, Steph, you have to get this one. I have 2 of these. This one, again, isn't looking perfect right now, but they really are beautiful.
Your rockin' blue salvia?
This is the blue suede shoes.
Yeah, I have that one this year, too.
This with that deep magenta, and even the yellow, the chartreuse.
It looks really good
I love
together.
the combination. And then the dark, I love. And then this is just like a verbena I got actually at that same nursery that we got the elephant ear at.
At the farmer's daughter.
Yep.
Very pretty.
So.
And your penstemon looks so good.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The foliage, and especially just for arrangements like the seeds, you know.
Is this the Midnight Masquerade?
I believe it is. Yeah. I just love the
seed
to
pods.
strip it and put them into some arrangements.
It does have really nice seed pods for
It really
arrangements.
does.
Look at that. Very nice, like a filler.
Yep.
This is a really pretty sedum, Maureen.
Yes, I don't remember the name of this one, but I've been doing the red flint ageratum by seed, and every year I'll put it right behind the sedum because I feel like it contrasts so nicely, and I have the chartreuse evergreen in the back. I think it's
really
a pretty combination.
Very pretty, and I see your liatris in the back.
Yes, this bed we haven't quite cleaned up yet, but
no, it's looking good. And this is real life gardening.
Right,
Can't
exactly.
Get to everything all the time.
Exactly.
I'm still working
yeah.
through a mulch pile that's been in our yard for a week and a half.
I know. So this container, again, has that Superbissima petunia, and I can't even describe like
incredible.
The size of the bloom. It's got to be what stuff do you think? Like
look, it says almost as big as our hands.
Yeah, and the foliage, has. I actually overplanted this. I'll probably pull a few out and let them get bigger, but. I always like to also do the purple fountain grass throughout my containers because I like how they carry over into the fall. So a lot of times I'll make my containers, you know, with the purple fountain grass. But yeah, this petunia,
beautiful petunia,
stunning. Like
look at this. These are humongous.
Yeah,
so pretty. I'm gonna grow these next year. Do you know what this is a different one almost. Do you have a couple of different varieties? I had the seeds last year and never planted them. This year I did. I have 3 different varieties. Baker Creek?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah,
I'll get you the name though.
Let me know because I want to grow these for sure.
Yep. They're stunning.
Check out this beautiful arrangement that you have hanging on your front door. Such a pretty basket.
Again, I try to coordinate, like color coordinate the
planters with the basket?
I get the silk flowers that kind of match the whatever I decide to do for my containers.
And I'm guessing you have to change those out every year because maybe they might fade from the sun.
Yes, I because I switch them out, like say I do a new fall plant, and it's not as bad because you know they're not, and luckily the sun is on the other side. This gets morning sun and that's it, so it's not too bad.
What do you have in this planter here, Maureen?
So here's another example of the purple fountain grass that I like to use, and then the lemon coral sedum. These are proven winners, I think Intensia phlox they're called, and these petunias are called crazy tunias. There is a specific name for them. I'm not exactly sure, but I get those locally. But these phlox, everything just really performs well, even though it's just morning sun.
It looks so pretty.
Yeah, they really have done well.
Here's another beautiful hydrangea, Maureen, the lace cap.
Yes, this is so old, so I don't even know like what name it is, but this is another one that doesn't always bloom, but obviously this year, so prolific.
It looks like it has sparkles on it. Like,
yeah.
Right? Like glitter?
Yeah, it does. It's very pretty. Very dainty.
So pretty. It fills this corner so nicely.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Maureen has this enormous container in front of her garage. It's beautiful.
As you can, it's very tall. I'm tall and it's like up to my hip. But
it is very
this
tall.
is actually still pretty new, so it's not probably in about another month it'll have exploded even more, but it's already put on so much growth. I have a colocasia in the back, There's a petunia right here in the front, which I just deadheaded, so that's not really showing much. But these, oh, and then the creeping Jenny.
Yeah.
But all of these phlox are from seed. These are
amazing.
Yeah, I showed these on my story, and almost everybody commented. I got so many comments. They really are. The variation in all the different colors.
These are called what?
These are blueberry swirl, and I believe they're from Select Seed. I'm almost 100% positive. I wanted to replicate some of the annual ones that I had seen that I've been buying, and I said, let me try, see if I can do it from seed, and I am so happy with how prolific these are.
So beautiful.
And I didn't realize like they would trail too.
Yeah, they have a trailing habit. So they're kind of like spilling over the side of the container here, looking so good.
Yeah, I think in about another month when everything, like the elephant ear gets bigger.
And they all fill out.
Yeah.
This is going to be
and
like
the pink,
amazing.
Pink, and then the creeping Jenny gets, longer. It's really going to be a pretty container.
Yeah, so good. Well, Maureen, I think that brings us to the end of your garden tour. Thank you so much for sharing your garden with us.
You're welcome.
I had a great morning with you today.
Yes, it was so fun.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button. And please consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. And we'll see you soon.